What up is Dane here, coming with an interesting video, how to get a six-pack. As soon as I'm at the beach, there's a good topic to discuss, right? So in order to get a six-pack, you need to understand that you need to set the calorie deficit. We can do this in two ways, right? Step number one, you can do rapid fat loss, meaning a bigger calorie deficit. Now you could do 15 times your body weight in pounds minus 1,000. That's going to allow you to lose fat a lot faster. Now the second approach that you can take is just the normal moderate deficit, meaning do 15 times your body weight in pounds minus 500, right? That's going to be a lot easier. However, in the long run, the fat loss is not going to be as linear, so as fast. Now both are pros and cons, right? So let's start off with the rapid fat loss, right? The rapid fat loss basically allows you to lose that fat a lot faster. However, when you get to lower levels of body fat, say 10% and under, it's probably very likely that you will lose some muscle mass. However, to prevent this, keep the protein intake high, reduce the training frequency and increase the intensity, meaning really focus on increasing the weight on a bar, or at least maintaining the weight on a bar. Obviously, if you're a beginner, you're just going to want to try and increase the weight, but if you're advanced, you're going to want to try and maintain that weight at the least. So that's the rapid fat loss. Now with a moderate, let's say the most common diet, let me change hand here, is say the minus 500 calorie deficit, right? That one allows you to actually train a lot better, because obviously you're not in a big calorie deficit, meaning this is better for the long run. Hence why you see some of these bodybuilders and stuff like this, they're not going to be in a 1,000 calorie deficit, right? Because they want to lose fat on the lowest calories that they possibly can while still maintaining good performance in the gym. Now one thing you have to know is that when you choose the rapid fat loss approach, the fat loss phase is going to be faster. It's going to be a lot faster, right? So say you do 3 weeks rapid fat loss, 6 to 8 weeks normal moderate calorie deficit. Just by losing fat in that 3 weeks, you can actually come back onto a calorie surplus to focus on building muscle, right? So they're both actually useful, just depending on your personal preference. Now that's step number one in order to get a six-pack for the summer, right? Now step number two, the training, because if you're not training right, you will start losing muscle. And if you're a beginner and you're real skinny, I don't even suggest you want to try and get a six-pack, because you just want to build a foundation. However, for those of you trying to get a six-pack and still maintain a muscle, let's talk about training. Now we've got the calorie deficit, which is the most important part. We talk about training, and then I'll talk about the last part that you must know as well. So training, when you train, I've already talked about it briefly, but you want to really maintain the training intensity, meaning the weight on the bar. This is such a good indicator for natural lifters when it comes to maintaining muscle, right? If you're just doing metabolic training, say the typical hypertrophy rep range, that's all good and fine. It can actually burn more calories and you will be more glycogen depleted, so that's got its own time and place. However, if you don't know what you're doing, you need to periodize that stuff. So I just suggest people really concentrate on maintaining the weight on the bar. That's good enough. Now, like I said, the third factor, and this is so important, your protein intake. Okay, there have been studies and you can actually get away with a protein intake with about, say, 0.8 grams per pound of body weight, but as you may know already, I just recommend 1 gram per pound of body weight as a standard. You don't actually need to consume that much. You can get away with 0.8 as I've just said. However, when you do the rapid fat loss approach, you want to really increase your protein intake, right, to minimize the muscle loss. Hence why I recommend a 1.2 grams per pound of body weight, and you can even go more aggressive depending on your calorie deficit. Now, like I said, you probably won't lose a lot of muscle just by doing 1 gram per pound of body weight in a 1,000 calorie deficit. However, more protein, as you already know if you've been watching my videos, more protein provides more satiety on a diet, and it blunts hunger in some ways, right? Not directly like coffee, however, just a high protein intake is good for a diet. Even if you're someone that doesn't even want to build muscle, maintain muscle, I recommend lean sources of protein, chicken breast, turkey breast, white fish, tuna, all that kind of good stuff, right? So protein intake really increase the intensity. Now in order to get a six-pack, remember we need to do exercises in order to build the abs up. These are just weighted ab exercises. Forget about the tone body weight exercises, they do help as well, but start increasing the weight on your ab exercises, right? So that's basically how you can get six-pack abs. Okay, the battery just died, let me try quickly again. So that's basically how you can get six-pack abs for the summer, in the summer. So anyway, if you like the video, if you like to see more of these at the beach or whatever, subscribe to the channel down below, like, comment, subscribe, whatever. Stay positive, stay smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.